Hello, welcome to Crafty Solutions. Let's make stylish native flowing robe known as Agbada Bubu Kaftan in Nigeria. I am using an African print known as Ankara fabric. This African print fabric comes in 45-inch wide. I wanted to increase the length of the width to 50 inches, so I am adding a black mesh fabric to increase the length. This step is very optional. Step 1, I measure 4 inches and mark on the fabric, as you can see on your screen. Next, I measure 9 inches and I mark the center front, as you can see on your screen. Then I take a ruler and connect the markings together. Then I measure 3 inches and I mark at the other end of the fabric and I connect the markings, as you can see on your screen. Then I measure 8 inches. This will be the armhole of the robe. So I measure 8 inches and 2 inches. Now I'm measuring 2 inches and I mark and measure 2 inches and down, as you can see on your screen. The next step is to connect the markings. Now I cut out the patterns. The armhole, I make sure you see how I'm cutting it. I did a curve around that at the armhole. You can see clearer. Next, I measure 7.5 inch down center line, as you can see on your screen, and then 3 inches. 3 inch, 3 inch, 3 inch, 3 inch, 3 inch, then another 3 inch. That's about 8 markings. These will be the pleating. And then measure 8 inches across. Make sure it's a straight line. You have to make sure it's a straight line. I've been doing this for a bit, so I can eyeball it and see that it is a straight line that I am marking. Then I use a ruler to connect the markings. Then I do the same on the other side of the garment. Now I start to pleat. As you can see on your screen, I am pleating the lines. I am joining the lines together to ensure that they meet, and then I pin so I get an accurate measurement. You see? So you make sure you do this carefully, so the lines you pin in you pin on the lines. Then you do the next for the next pleating. Yes, you do that, as you can see. Because of the lines, you have the guidance. The lines will guide you to pin accurately. Your pinning will be accurate, so that when you're sewing, it will also be accurate. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you. Now you can sew. So now these have all been sewn. Next, we're going to iron the pleats. I use a steam iron to iron the pleats. Now this step is optional. I added a trim to the mesh so it doesn't look weird. Now we are making the inner tie belt. So, yes. After that, you turn it inside out using a safety pin. As you can see, this is a very easy process. And, you know, within 1 or 2 minutes, you are done. Voila, we're done. And then you iron. After ironing, you would fold in the one end of the belt and sew. Now you add the belt, attach it 8 inches away from the center front on the top of the first pleat. As you can see me do here, and then you sew. Now that is done. We're doing the back. We're cutting the back pattern now. 4 inches, you measure and mark 4 inches, then 1 inch, the center, right there, and then you connect the markings. Make sure you do a little bit of a curve, as you see me do, that for the neckline, and then you measure 3 inches on the edge, the other end of the pattern of the fabric, and connect. You taper down, just tapers. And after that, you do the 8 inches of the armhole. 8 inches, and then 2 inches, and we do like for the front pattern, measure it down, connect the markings, and then we cut. You apply the facing. If you don't know how to, I have a tutorial on how to apply facing on one of my caftan videos. I'll leave the link in the description box for you to check out the video. And then you attach the front and back patterns. Pin the front and back together. Front and back patterns together, as you're seeing on your screen, and then you sew and sew. Now we're going to make the shoulder pleats. That's the neck hole there, the neckline, finished neckline, and then you measure 6 inches from the neckline, on the shoulder neckline. You measure 5 inches. Remember, we measured 6 inches, and now this is the third 6 inch down the shoulder for the shoulder pleats. Then you connect the first 2 markings, as you see here. You pin it. You can pin as far back as you want, but I am leaving like 7 inch, pinning 7 inch down, and then you connect the others. You leave that 5 inch spacing, and then you connect the other 2 markings, as you see on your screen. For me, I pinned, I'm going to sew 7 inch down and 7 inch at the front of the Bubu Kaftan. It's, see? But I am not going to iron after I sew. I'm not going to iron it. I'm going to leave it like that. And now I'm going to hem the armhole, roll the edge, and then I'll sew. I'll do the same thing for the other side. Now I am connecting the sides together, pinning it, and then sewing. Then on the edge, yes, I'm going to roll and sew, and we're done. Now this is the styling. I added another pleat in order to give the opening of the front of the Agbada Bubu Kaftan a more modest appearance. I also made a pillbox hat to complete my look. I have a tutorial on my channel on how to make a pillbox hat. I'll leave the link in the description box below. Please let me know if you have plans on making this Agbada Bubu Kaftan with African print, solid colors, or any other print fabric. I would love to know your thoughts. Thank you for watching. Bye bye. See you later.